Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. And I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. Today promises to be a very interesting one. It is a brand new week and we're going to be talking about quite a number of things that have happened over the weekend. Of course, bringing you up to speed. And even if you have heard about it, let's break down and talk about things differently, maybe look at it from different angles, of course. And speaking of things that happened over the weekend, Anambra's got a new not a new governor, it's still the old governor, but his tenure has officially been extended now. So we're going to be talking a lot about that, the fallout from those elections, from INEC angle, from the governorship angle, from the voting angle, the results. We're going to be talking a lot about that. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. There's been a lot of drama happening with Senator Ned Nwoko, and you think that, you think it's about the Senate. No, it's about his personal life and his family. That matter has been going on for, I think a week or two now. Apparently, Boomba had just had a lot of things to do. But today, we'll see if we can touch on some of those stories. In football, it's officially the international break again. So club football is on hold, and when it comes to Nigeria specifically, this is the week. The week is finally upon us to know if we're going to be still moving on to playoffs, to see if there's hope for the World Cup. So this is the week that everybody tends to find out, and a lot of other things that we're going to be talking about today around the world and in Nigeria. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with us today, because I'm in the studio with Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Monday.
What do you mean by happy Monday?
It's a greeting now.
Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Nobody said anyway.
Fola does. I'm just representing him.
Yeah.
Happy.
For some reason, you think that is a good greeting.
Happy marvelous Monday.
You think it's a wonderful greeting.
Happy fantastic Monday.
Anyway, so we're going straight into the gist for today, and we're starting obviously with the Anambra elections. And like I had said earlier, we're going to be talking about quite a number of angles from the election. We're talking about the build-up from the election. We're talking about the voting itself. We're going to be talking about the results and the fallout from the results, what a lot of people have had to say left, right, and center about this recent results. And if you want to join the show live, other than watching, if you have comments, you could actually drop them right here on Facebook or on YouTube, or you could call in on WhatsApp right into the studio. It is +234 916163 7661. +234 916163 7661, so that you can actually put up your comments and let's hear what you also have to say about this matter. Anyway, so we're going straight into the gist now. For anybody that has been looking into this matter, there's been quite a number of conversation around this whole what's the word now, around the whole Anambra election results. Now, like I said, it was I will not even say like I said, whether we like it or not, it was mostly going to be a litmus test for the new administration of the Independent National Electoral Commission. They just got a new chairman, so that definitely makes all the sense in the world. So we're going to be looking at it from their angle. We're going to be looking at it from the breakdown of results around all the 21 local governments, and what a lot of parties have now had to say about this particular matter. Now, first things first, like I said, we know that Governor Soludo won the election, and we had said it here on Friday. It was. I think it would be. I won't say you're living under a rock or you're being delusional if you didn't think it was going to win. It was a landslide victory. But looking at it from the numbers that brought him in 2021 to now, I think he won about 447,000, if I'm correct. But compared to the last elections, it even have up to 200,000 votes, and that was actually enough to make him win. That was I'm not putting anything. But would we say that those numbers, which would say about twice more, a little bit over double of what brought him in 2021, would we say because there are more voters now, or maybe the voter apathy is reducing?
It could be both, because two truths can coincide.
Yeah.
They can live side by side. It could be both. There could be more people who have registered. If you look at INEC, they have confirmed that people are registering and the numbers are on the up. And it could also be that more people also voted, as in from the old list of voters, more people ended up voting. It could be both. Of course, we said it here on Friday that it was going to happen. Soludo was going to win. You know, sadly, they didn't even look Choma's way. You know, I was hoping she would have a good showing.
She did not,
because she's a very good
in the old state. She didn't even have 300 votes.
That can't be true.
She had 292 votes.
They are not done counting, so
when are they going to finish counting your own?
Don't worry, we'll let you know. You know,
if you live in La La Land, 292 after all the noise.
Did she not try? Someone that just entered the race just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Did she not try?
I hear you. She could pass some people. So
don't be a player hater now.
She passed some people.
You know, and she didn't have any backing from anybody.
Is she not a Showore's party?
She was backing herself.
Was she not a Showore's party?
She backed herself. She had the back.
Yourself.
She had the back to back herself. Sorry, I mean she had the mind to back herself all by herself. You know, so but of course, Anambra has spoken, and of course, Charles Soludo is returned unopposed. We said it was going to happen. It was going to happen before noon the next day, and everything just went like we had called it. You know, so of course, you don't expect. There's never been any election in Nigeria, none, that there will not be people that do not agree and people that would threaten to go to court and many other things. And of course, this is not going to be any different.
So one of the conversations that happened over the weekend about the Anambra elections were lots of allegations that there was a lot of vote buying. In fact, this one was very specific. There was a video. I don't know if that video was meant for vote buying or what, but that it was gala and malt.
And 500 naira.
And 500 naira.
Because 500 naira is the green one now.
Yes, was what people got to vote for Governor Soludo. And you know, it got a lot of people talking. Now, it now goes back to, let's still go back to INEC. Would we say that this was a good showing for INEC?
I don't know how INEC comes into this particular picture. You know, let's face the real problem. The politicians, they're the ones that make the funds available. They're the ones that recruit the people who try to buy votes at the site of elections. So the first port of call is with the politicians. They are the problem. The other one is to find out how independent are our security forces. You know, from the police to the DSS and the military. You know, there are different incidents. There was one incident that had to do with, I think, the deputy governor and some soldiers. There's another video that I saw on Channels TV. Someone actually canvassing someone to the point of going into the polling booth with the person. Do you understand? So, if we're really going to check it, it's the perpetrators that we should concentrate on, as against the umpire. The umpire's job was done, you know, print the ballots, ensure that the materials get to the various polling units on time, you know, ensure the authentic collation of results stage by stage until the state, you know, declares, you know, the final results. So the real problem is with the people who are offering to buy the vote. And again, you that also accept it, you know, you can actually say no. You can actually say no, that I don't want your money and I'm not voting for you. Or don't worry, don't bribe me. I will still vote for
I will
you.
still vote for you,
Or your candidate. You understand? So I really just don't get it. Why? I'm not going to blame INEC anyway. It's the politicians. There's another video of a guy that had a box of money with him, and he had an APGA accreditation tag on him. You understand? So here and there, I don't think we have come to the point where we can have clean elections in Nigeria.
So when we say free and fair elections now, what you're saying is that we should really never put the blame on INEC, but on the politicians.
It's really not INEC. That's the way I see it, and I don't want everybody to agree with me, but I just say, take a look at it. If you go to a football match and your players are rough, and the referee gives them red card and yellow card, do we blame the referee? But if your players are playing well, and referee just decides to award penalties and stuff again where it didn't happen, that's when you can now come and say, INEC, what you did is wrong. But as an umpire, I've not heard that INEC stopped some people from voting or their names were missing from the register. Mm-hmm. That's where you're going to call INEC out. You understand?
Yeah, I get your point now. So we'll see. So I get now that from that angle. Now let's look at the results in itself, and I think that there's a lot of talking points from that result. Out of APGA got 422,664. Then the APC got 99,445. Then after that was what we saw, the Labour Party that got, not Labour Party, YPP got 37,753. After that, we saw the Labour Party get 10,576, and then the ADC with 8,208. Another party that we're going to think, okay, then the PDP got 1,401. A whole People's Democratic Party, and SDP got 241. So I wanted to just pick out these people, because that you will say that they're probably one of like the most prominent parties. I know that we had talked about it at the bar on Friday that APGA was going to win. So let's take out APGA and let's look at the rest of the stories. First, for APC to have 99,000, I think I can categorically say Anambra is not an APC state. Never really been. So can we categorize them and say, they did have a good showing?
Let's look at it from this angle, from the angle that this was a partnership, a coalition between APGA and APC. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it is that, okay, check this out. The APC has a fantastic structure when it comes to campaigning. It gets to a point where before the main election, they always have a grand concert-like campaign where all the governors are there and all of that. Did they do that in Anambra? Even now that they have more governors.
Maybe now they saw the handwriting on one. What? Let's not bother.
There's no handwriting. It's not about handwriting. It's not. They have APC governors in Ebonyi. They have APC governors in Enugu. Should I go on?
Yeah.
In Imo. So there are 3 APC governors in the east out of 5. 3 are APC. In the south, they are all APC. So if it was about proximity, it'd be like, okay, all our governors in this place go there, or all our governors in this place go there. They didn't say that as an APC party. You understand? That shows you that they didn't put any effort into it. They knew that I'm coming. Look, Soludo campaigns for Tinubu now.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, even this 99,000, we'll say that it was a good showing.
Good showing, bad showing. The bottom line is that there are 16 gubernatorial candidates in Saturday's election. 16. One of them got 422,000 plus. All of the others, the other 15, including APC, if you add them up together, they didn't get up to 120,000 votes.
Yeah.
Do you get?
About 150.
They didn't, So whatever it is that good showing, bad showing, it was always going to be APGA. It's
Oh
an
yeah,
improvement.
that's what I'm saying. I'm
shying
looking
away
at it from each.
I'm shying
party.
away from saying that. Reason why I don't want to agree if it's a good showing or a bad showing is that we already know that this is the arrangement. You know what they are trying to do is, quid pro quo. Will facilitate your gubernatorial.
Because really, when you really look at it, why I'm still on about if it's a good showing or not is that if we really look at it, and if you still, the idea of it's supposed to be a coalition or arrangement or whatever it is, it also means that then there was no need for this number of, which I'm not saying that you're wrong, I'm just saying that why did you now have this much? Coco have had the rest.
It really doesn't matter. In Oyo State, they had more. They had way more than that, and there was no contest. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
it's politics, though. It's politics.
Okay.
The major talking point for me, is the ADC.
Yeah, so we're going to. That's
right.
why I wanted to go like
All
party by party.
Okay.
So I call it to SR, which I think I get his point. I don't totally agree, but I think I get his point that the APC and APGA, it was just fine. It didn't matter. Now let's move on from that and go on to the YPP. So I'm not sure that YPP is a very popular party across Nigeria, but to a large extent, I think that in the East or in Anambra is not. If you look at the results, the next person that had any form of thousands of votes was the YPP after the APC.
You do know that the YPP produced a senator in Anambra State.
Oh, that's why I said that they're pretty much popular party in the East. That's why I said what I said. So if we look at it from that, can we say that they were not bad at all?
Of course. Now the structure is still in place, even after the person had passed on and everything. You know that the structure is still in place.
They can still do something. Exactly. Now let's move on from that and let's go on to the party. A few parties that I'm going to call now. After 37,000, what we saw next was Labour Party with 10,576, ADC with 8,208, and PDP that had 1,401. Why? Now I said that there are quite a number of talking points, and the SDP with 241 votes. Now let's break it down. These 241 votes are like the bottom of the pile at this point. Number one, let's take it from Labour Party. Labour Party is supposed to be the party of a former governor in the state. It was even so bad that the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate did not even win his polling unit. Peter Obi's polling unit was not even won by Labour Party. And now, let's move Labour Party. And then let's say, even if you say, okay, maybe he's not in Labour Party, he's in the ADC. The ADC even had a worse showing than the Labour Party across the state. Now, my question is, if you really want to be president of Nigeria, and you cannot even hold on to a bit of your base, which I think that the barest minimum from anybody, from a councillor to local government chairman to House of Rep or House of Assembly member to all the way to president, if you cannot win your polling unit or your ward, then what are you doing? If Mr. Peter Obi, one of the two parties, at this point we don't know which one, any of those parties cannot win his ward, his local, the least I think that Labour Party should at least have gotten was a win in his local government. Whether, it won't look out of place if ADC had won his local government or if Labour Party had won. But neither of them won any of, because we know that Governor Soludo won all local governments anyway. What does that tell us? Is it too early to say, oh, this is what we're going to be seeing in 2027? Does it also seem like, is obvious, is it looking like these people are really not as serious as wanting to be an opposition that is all talk and no action? Because we saw the by-elections a few weeks ago that happened, and now there's Anambra elections, and there's really not been any difference.
I don't know what it is. I only have opinions, based on certain things that we know. We had mentioned it here last week that it really doesn't make sense to present two candidates if you are both from the same camp. The ADC and Peter Obi are supposed to be in a partnership, in a coalition. Mm-hmm. And we saw this also play out in Kaduna State at the last elections, where the SDP and the ADC presented candidates, and they were all supposed to be working with El Rufai. Don't make no sense. That's the truth. And what you're seeing is the cart before the horse situation, where this so-called ADC coalition, they are not ironed out all their issues before announcing that they have a coalition. So they are all working at cross purposes. They're not working together.
Because if you add these numbers, if you even claim that, okay, they're working together or there's a coalition, if you add the ADC and Labour Party's numbers, they're not even up to the numbers that YPP got. So at the end of the day,
what would have still happened is that at least you understand that they are building up something. You are not confusing the electorate. People will say, oh, okay, Peter Obi is ADC. Do you understand? So vote for the ADC candidate. But again, the same Peter Obi had endorsed and even campaigned for the governorship candidate in Edo State.
Okay, so Peterman the Great, 1234 says, so Anambra people are Galatasaray supporters. I want billionaires on what?
Oh my God.
What else?
Gala as in.
Oh my God. Oh my
Gala
God.
And,
oh
and
my
malt.
God. Really. We're doing that. Y'all are just. Oh my God.
Gala and malt.
I didn't book.
So basically, that also could be the reason why the other parties didn't do well. Maybe because there was a high rate of vote buying with Gala malt and 500 naira.
But also, don't you also think that we see a lot of this willing when it seems to be a conversation when a lot of people don't do well at elections, then you hear, oh, democracy is at risk.
It is a standard operation manual.
Democracy is always at risk when you lose an election. And I'm not saying that anybody should do vote buying. Neither am I saying that was what happened in Anambra State. I'm saying that do what it is that you need to do according to the law to get to get your results. I don't think that Nigerians are as bad. The way, take for example, I don't know if that happens, and I think it really does happen across the country, where they tell you that no matter this particular area is PDP people, there's a so you know to a large extent that for you to get votes to swing, there is nothing. No matter what you want to do, they are PDP. They are called PDP people. Are you going to now say that because of maybe you want to do some vote buying or whatever it's gonna? So that's why I said that I think that is still a tad bit insulting to Nigerians to attach everything to vote buying. Like we had said it here, we did not go to Anambra or nothing on Friday, where we had said that when it comes to Anambra State, it was always going to be APGA, whether anybody liked it or not. Anyway, Peterman says, Obi is disgracing we Peters. I'm not going to say what he said, the word next. He lost his own word just like OBJ lost his own in 2007. It goes down the drain from there. I honestly think that it was not a very good showing for Mr. Peter Obi that is even from Anambra. And I'm not saying that maybe his candidates or candidates. He did not even endorse a candidate.
He did. The Mogalu guy is this guy now. Maybe that's the
he was. Guy. I watched an interview where he was asked, and he was just.
Maybe one he did, then he eventually did. But the thing is that for me, the way I view politics, especially in the Nigerian context, regardless of who was contesting, if I was Peter Obi, I'd have relocated back to Anambra for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Going, knocking on doors, going word to word. Basically,
that's what I'm saying. That
because
even
the
if
result,
they don't win,
the result also stands you in good stead.
in good stead that okay, this is, at least these numbers I know might actually help me.
The last, and again, the reason why you might, maybe he's not as strong as you think it is that he also did not agree with Soludo's candidacy the first time. He had another candidate. I'm sure everybody remembers that he had another candidate.
Yeah, he was not in Abga, so
exactly what I'm saying. He had another candidate, but Soludo won. Do you get? And that was four years ago. Soludo won. He had another candidate. You know, the outgoing guy, you know, was just ready to just leave. That one don't tire. He was just going to leave. So maybe he is not as powerful as we think he is in Anambra. Maybe that's what is playing out here now.
If you are not powerful in your home state, what are you now doing?
Yeah, so that might have some far-reaching consequences.
Do you get my point? Like
the noise online and the noise and the reality offline are two different things.
We because we need to break a few things down, and we'll say that maybe you say that okay, because I've seen someone when there was a conversation around it, it was a thread. Someone has said, but someone like Bola Tinubu also did not win Lagos State in when
people keep saying that thing. I'm sorry I cut you short. When people keep saying that, it's because they don't understand. Go and look at the results.
So that's what my issue is. Even if you're not going to win, those results, it was a very small margin, meaning that there was still a large chunk of people that were still voting for you. Which, when we saw the governorship elections that happened 2 weeks after, there was a huge flip. You cannot tell me that Abga got over 400,000
yeah,
votes.
422,000.
And Labour Party plus ADC, let's even say that, let's add them together, 50. It was not even up to 20,000. YPP had at least about 20,000 more votes than you. You that is a presidential candidate from your state.
Anambra people did Choma bad. Choma like maybe
I like them.
Like
don't try.
That baby's fine.
Don't mess with Anambra people, please.
But the baby's fine.
It's not about fine. It's not about fine.
Isn't that time we got a fine babe as governor?
It's not about going to the street and shaking bomb. I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
What if that's what the people need?
Sadly, it did not work like that. Shout out to Anambra people.
After
all said, I know the photo shoot.
So much for women supporting women.
I don't support. I support honest.
And she's dishonest.
I didn't say she's dishonest. I support what is reality. Let's be realistic.
And she's not realistic.
No, she's not realistic. She's not
reality.
She's not realistic. Let's not.
You said you support reality.
I said I support reality. Yes, and she wasn't realistic.
So she's not
Please,
reality.
I want to read comments. Leave me alone. Anyway, Chief Sola. Yeah, that's you. Please don't annoy us. Wow.
What did you do? What I do?
Peter Obi works hard for another politician. Mr. Me, myself, and I.
Okay.
The Labour situation road. The Labour, I'm guessing you wanted to say room. The Labour situation room was called Obedient Situation Room. Let that sink in.
It's funny though. It's funny how you're supposed to be working for a candidate and you're mentioning another candidate. I saw that video too. And
I think that laughed. At this point, I think the concept of the obedient movement, that and this is just my opinion, the not just the concept, not let me say the concept, the popularity is really waning.
It has waned.
Okay.
Okay, no, listen. It's facts. It's facts. It's not about waning. Okay, check this out. The movement more or less got someone into the House of Reps. The guy in the Lagos East axis, the Benue guy, is an obedient.
Yeah.
And he represents that axis, in Abuja. Do you get? Then there was an election after that in that same axis, and nothing happened for Labour Party or the Obedience. There have been other elections. There have been local government elections that they could have, locked down one local government in Lagos.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. I can go on
Yeah,
and
a lot
on
of
and
a lot
on.
of Labour Party people that maybe the
Edo-
obedient movement helped
Yeah.
getting, they've moved.
Edo, they had this massive followership in Edo. What happened in the gubernatorial elections? Nothing. And even the runoff elections that happened in Anambra and other places, nothing. There was a senatorial seat that was up for grabs in Edo State and in Anambra. Do you look at it now?
Yeah.
So it's not that he's winning; it has waned. That's the truth, and nobody wants to hear it. You get, but it's always
No,
there.
it's in the results. It's in the results, whether you want to accept
It's
it
facts
or
So
not.
It's facts.
Anyway, before we leave that matter, PDP candidate has said that he is pledging to work with Governor Soludo, seeking an inclusive government. Even if he does not want to work with it, Uncle, you did not have 1,500 votes.
No. For optics, if I was Charles Soludo, I'll bring him close.
So now another conversation before we leave that matter, because when I said that is the PDP. Yes, we'll say Anambra is an APGA state, but even with an APGA state, we saw a party which a lot of people think that they were in collusion with the APGA had 99,000 votes. Another party had 37,000.
YPP.
We saw not SDP, sorry, because SDP don't have 300 votes. ADC and Labour Party. The party that we will say that is about the biggest party, that's supposed to be the biggest party in Nigeria, could not, and whether we like it or not, maybe over time we have seen that one of the major strongholds that the PDP has had over years is the East. And they couldn't garner 1,500
Who is
votes.
this? The PDP?
Yes.
Look, you need to understand.
Is it this bad
They
now?
didn't. They were not even. Remember that they were not even going to have a candidate. Who was going to sign the form?
I think it's
of the candidate?
really,
So
it's
the
really,
PDP
really bad
No,
now.
of course,
It's
the doldrums.
oh,
That-
it's
there's
horrible.
there's no game saying
We
that.
could even do 1,500 votes.
You're wasting airtime.
Wow.
You are lying.
Anyway, the ADC candidate has said that the election was shambolic.
But did the ADC candidate put in the work though? Like, let's leave all the Galatasaray gist and everything. How much of campaigning did you do? How much of transversing the length and breadth of Anambra did you do? You are trying to unseat an incumbent governor that had broken a lot of barriers and ceilings and is seen to have done a lot of infrastructural development in Anambra. You're trying to unseat him and you're coming in 2 months to the election. Do you understand? You should have started your work last year. You should have started 2 years ago. Do you understand? But hey, let's all look for big grammar like shambolic. Until the day Nigerians learn that when you lose an election, congratulate the person who beat you.
Go back and do your work.
Go and start all over again. Sheyi Makinde tried almost 5 times before he became governor, or 3 or 4 times. He shall try.
What are you doing?
I mean, did he not try more than once?
Yeah, I did.
It's just facts, though. And he became governor and he was re-elected. Abba.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about something quickly before we go back to gist. There's a lot of talk that we're going to talk about. But there's one gist that happened in Thailand. There's one law that is causing a lot of rancor in Thailand right now. And why is that? What they're saying is that they're going to be fining people up to $402 after you go to commercial place and you are still caught drinking after midnight.
Why?
They say you should go to your house.
If the commercial place does not close, how will people go to their house? How will they go? You want
close now? That's what maybe
you. It's not about the person. Look, if you're sat somewhere, and the person tells you we're shutting down at 12, so you gotta leave by 11:45.
So what they're saying now is that because a lot of people that you're not supposed to sell alcohol to children, minors,
of course, don't sell
and
to
all
children.
that. And when those things happen, it's the seller that is at fault. Now they're trying to move from just people the selling to consequences also to the people consuming.
You see, it doesn't make sense. The seller should not sell at that time if it's against the law. That's why many years ago they had the on and off license system. Some people know that by 9 o'clock they need to shut down. So what's the if I own a pub and I know that it's against the law for me to sell alcohol to you at past 12, I will shut down at 11:30. And tell you, get out. You can't come and use your own 10 kobo to spoil my 10 billion. So I don't get the sense in saying you catch someone. Thailand, I don't know what that they do. I don't say make them
just
shack or
maybe
make them
maybe don't go to Thailand.
You get it and they find good that kind of place in the first place. Somewhere you won't know the difference. Oh, Moyato, Okorato, Birimbe.
Oh God. Anyway, let's come back to Nigeria and then let's talk. Just want to put this out there. This is a House of Rep member that used to be an APC member that moved to NNPP, then got suspended in the NNPP, has now officially moved back to the APC. This is Abdul Mumin Jibrin. It's been a really popular politician from Kano State.
He's always been in the news, always speaking his mind. There was a time he got suspended from the House. I think it was House of Reps then, and everything. All his colleagues were mad at him. He had said some things that they felt he shouldn't have said. So he's always been there, and he's also said that he's gone back to the APC. The NNPP had made some major inroads in Kano 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, and they just seem to be, just fizzling out like that. I don't know how that will affect their 2027 run. And of course, nobody knows where Conquest is going to tilt. Everybody's still courting him. The APC want him. The ADC want him. Will he stay with his NNPP? But losing someone like Jibrin is a big blow to the NNPP.
It's a major one, yeah? Anyway, just so wanted to put it out there, the federal government is set to launch 2 new additional investment funds for Nigerian startups.
Yeah, they're working with some private sector guys, which is going to make it better. And I'm hearing figures like $65 million and all of that. So iDice is one of those products. So all young Nigerians, please go look it up. You have an idea, your startup, or you want to have a startup. There's actually funding that you might be tapping into without too much stress.
Exactly. Now, just wanted to put also this news out there. Nigerian troops are said to have rescued 86 kidnap victims in Borno State. But the one that I'm more happy about is the arrest of 29 people. Yeah,
and also in tune with that, one of the most visible people during this talk of Christian genocide in Nigeria is being very vocal because it's been directly affected. This Reverend Father or I don't know if he's a Reverend Father or a priest, but I know he wears the collar, Dakoma or something. That's his name. The GOC of that division close to him was in the church yesterday to address the people and all of that. Sadly, I'm thinking we should have done this kind of things in the past. It has to take some guy somewhere alleging and escalating things for you guys to also understand the angle of speaking to the people directly. Again, I'm going to encourage the federal government. You need to build more military bases in these places so that you can respond quickly to distress calls. But shout out to the Nigerian military. They are overstretched and overworked, and they're still putting in the work.
Anyway, guys, go to the FCT quickly. Just this one too. We're not dwelling on this, but the FCT ministers are also now giving the FCT land use defaulters a 14-day ultimatum. So we know that Minister Wike
another ultimatum
is not
another
playing.
extension.
The man is not playing. I don't think he should
play
him at this point.
When he starts to wield the big stick now,
nobody will remember that.
Sentiment will start to fly about.
Exactly. Anyway, let's move on from that and let's go on quickly to a very interesting conversation that has been happening for like about over a week, and this is about Senator Ned Nwoko and his latest wife. I think his 5th or 6th wife, Regina Daniels, and it looks like there is serious trouble in paradise. In fact, now not just her coming out, even him has been doing a lot of talks and a lot of posts, and anyway, it's all over social media. And I think what worsened it was the fact that her brother was arrested for defamation. He's supposed to be in detention, I think, for saying some things against the senator. It was tried to court, and now he's been detained, and there's been a lot of back and forth over that matter. A lot of allegations of her using drugs. In fact, an actor, I think that there was even a post where he mentioned about 2 different actors that said that used to provide his wife drugs. Even one of them have come out to say that she doesn't know anything about it. There's talks of how her family had come to, that used to destabilize her, how her mom has come out to talk about, say not so nice things about the senator as well, and back and forth.
Okay, so it's a whole lot of stuff, right? And one of the most intriguing aspects of this is that a serving senator and an actor are talking about drugs freely in public. Yeah. And the Drug Law Enforcement Agency has not moved. Do you understand? Now, these are confessions, oh. They are written down in black and white. They are videos. So, isn't there supposed to... They're the ones giving you the tip off. You didn't even bust them like you went to other places to bust. Do you understand? I think law enforcement have their work cut out for them. That's one. 2, there are talks of domestic violence here.
Yeah.
And assault.
Yeah.
Don't we have
an audio that he himself had alleged that...
Don't we have agencies that should be reacting to this one? Again, that's 2. 3, when do we learn that we don't arrest people because of what they said? They are supposed to go to court. They let the judge in the court now say, because of this thing that this person said, or remand him. Do you understand? But because of power and clout, we tend to, just... I don't think it's right that they said is what he said, except he's committed another offense. That you get, and all the talks about drugs again keeps coming up. But on his own part, there's one thing that the senator said that was interesting. It was very specific that over the period of their courtship or marriage, because they are saying, we're hearing that they're not legally married. There are different stories that are flying around. I hope there will be some clarity on that.
At least there was a traditional marriage, and according to Nigerian laws.
So when one person is saying that's why they're not married, blah, 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 let's wait. You understand that traditional marriage is marriage.
Yes.
I was just trying to bring out one of them's angle.
It holds up in court very well.
One of them claims that that's why that the person has not filed for divorce because it doesn't feel they're married. So the man kept receipts. He's talking about how over this period he has given about 125 million to the girl's mom. And her mommy. You said they clean out.
The funny thing is that I saw this whole thing, and I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say, where we're going to be maybe a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
But the first thing in my head was, she's about 24 now. She's been married for about 6 years.
Yeah.
At what point was it okay for her mom? Because apparently the videos of her own father being against this marriage, saying that she was really young.
Yeah, too young.
And there's also a video where the mom had come out and said that, he did not even take care of the children. Now he has an opinion.
Yeah.
Whether he took care of the children or not, it's not. It's
two wrongs do not make it right.
Are we saying that what the man said? Now, isn't it what the man said then? Explain at what point was it okay? Not, let's say your daughter is 18 and she wants to marry a 20-year-old guy. They're young, but at what point did you think it was okay for you to give your 18-year-old daughter, which there's even allegations now that at the point she got married, she was underage. It was okay for her to marry a 60-something-year-old man to go and do wife number 6.
So that's a very pertinent one. But I in all of this, I feel for both of them. I feel for the man that wanted a trophy wife and he went for a teen bride, Let's say she was 18, like they said.
She's still a teen bride, yeah.
She's a teen bride, you get. And I feel for him because that's exactly what he got. He got what he bargained for. Because I don't know what he was thinking. Did you think an 18-year-old would be that mature? No. 2, I feel for the girl that somewhere along the line agreed to marry him, you know, regardless of whatever.
I saw her, she was saying, oh, that Pooh should not be insulting her mom, that she fell in love with him. And the man had said that they brought her to him and he got married to her 3 weeks after. At what point did you meet him that you fell in love with someone that's
love at first strike? Sorry,
old enough to be your grandfather? Are you kidding?
It's love at first sight now.
Okay.
It's love. Love is a very powerful thing.
Love is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you know. So I just feel for all of them because it doesn't look like they're all getting what they want. He talked about how he even put people in our family on some kind of salary or stipend, and they were getting support.
So it just sounds like it was really all about the money, and this babe was used
through uni, got him an apartment in Abuja, bought musical equipment for him.
It's so sad that it just looks like she was just used as a money-making machine for her family.
So she was like collateral.
It's so sad. It's so sad.
And the instant you start bringing your private issues to the public, I don't think you should complain or start carrying people and arresting people, because really and truly, you're not the first 2 people who would be having issues.
Or have issues in
But you start putting them in public and you expect to hear nice things or everybody should support. Nah. You know, so for the girl too, she feels she needs help, but she's young. Like I really feel for her.
She's really young.
For the bros them now, Baba, you too.
It's not bros with his grandpa. It's
yeah. A bros for me now.
It's pa.
It's not big grandpa for me. A bros
pa.
For you.
Anyway.
So bros shall. Me, I go just say make you just tint.
Let's
move on. Babes, plenty.
Yeah.
Fine babes. And you know the funny thing. There'll be people.
Who does this drama?
Right now,
people that still want to.
There'll be people that are right now running after this man. Like,
people will tell you.
Don't worry, I know go be like this one.
Yeah, people will tell you that. She's the one that was not smart. Yes.
Look at you.
That one.
And even the babe too. Man, them go down. They enter him now. Say, don't worry.
I'll treat you better. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's talk about a bit of World Cup playoff gist. According to last report, about 12 Super Eagles players are already in camp in Rabat. They've already arrived. I think the first game that they have is on Thursday. We're hoping that maybe they will turn things around and defeat Gabon on that matter. There's even a video that was put out by Alex Iwobi. It was showing the view of his hotel room, and it's got a lot of people talking, and how, in fact, a lot of people said, these people will come to Nigeria and you put them in a hotel, you put them in all this they go to Uyo and they're in like the best of the best, but then they go out of and then they're just not treated as great.
Interesting, actually. I saw the video. I'm like, okay. Anyhow, let's focus on the game.
Focus on your focus at this point. Anyway, still talking about football in Nigeria. The MPFL has now fined Katsina United 9 million naira, and they've now shut down their home stadium after there was fan violence again. Yeah,
a lot of stories flying around at the weekend. Talks of how a player's throat was slit, which is not true actually. But they were attacked. That is true, so it's really very sad that we're still at the stage where home team fans think that they must win, and if they're not winning, people must be in trouble.
Yeah, it's such a very
now
sad
apart from the 9 million naira, our team is going to play their away games, I think in Jos or something. I hope they extend it like the entire season. Let it be like
a few weeks ago, Kano Pillars too. They've given. I think that is something that people really need to look into. If you're going to have to lock some people out just so that you don't have to bear the brunt of it, I think that teams,
and that's where the clubs have their work cut out for them. You must be involved in your fans in protecting
let them know that you are going to go to jail if you do some things. Let people know, and people that are coming to the stadium.
There's mob action now. Who are they going to go pick? But the clubs should know how to do it.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah,
they definitely should. And before we leave the matter of sports, in the Syria, there's now been talks look like Atalanta is going to sack their coach.
Well, it's not because he wanted to beat Ademola Lookman.
No.
It's because he's a shitty coach.
It seems to have a shambolic start.
It's because he's not a fantastic coach.
He's not a fantastic coach, but it's okay.
It's because he's not a good coach.
But it's okay still. You cannot be a bad coach and you're not be handpicking who you want to.
He wanted to make it look like Ademola was the problem.
Yeah, I hope he gets sacked. I hope
today.
Anyway, before we leave the matter of Nigeria and all that, so the Grammy nominations dropped over the weekend, and I think that there was first a conversation, which I think that Nigerians really need to calm down at this point. I remember as the nominations were popping up, I think there was one that Burna Boy got a nomination. And I think a lot of people thought that nominations have ended. They had stopped announcing. And they were like, oh, Davido didn't even get a nomination, blah, 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 blah. Then, of course, there were a lot more nominations that were announced that he's also nominated at this point. There was now the conversation. Apparently, there was a video where he found out and he was happy as usual, yeah? And I saw a post where someone said, oh, a lot of people got nominated and he's the one that is dancing about a Grammy nomination.
If easy, run him now.
I remember, and I saw another post where there was actually now a compilation of American artists.
Yeah.
That are actually making videos of when they realized that they got nominated and all that. And I think that whether we like it or not, whether you win or not, the fact that you're noticed enough to be nominated, and I think is fantastic. I think that this nonsense fan hate that we do against each other is horrible. We need to stop it. Let's outgrow
I still wonder how you cannot support Burna, Wiz, and Davido at the same time. I still wonder how it's a problem.
Yeah.
Hardly would you find a Kendrick Lamar fan that does not support other rappers. I don't get it with our own that there has to be hatred and beef.
The beef
they haven't poking phone at Wiz. He didn't get the Grammy. And I think this is David's best chance of winning the Grammys.
Yeah, I actually saw it. I'm like, not a bad.
Knowing how the Grammys work,
don't put your mind to it. Yeah, I'm talking about Davido. Davido was they had a very fantastic showing in Ibadan.
Yep.
It was
sold out again.
Sold out.
About 25,000.
Yeah, in fact, I think I saw a video where it got to a point people and I don't know why we keep doing this nonsense. People now had literally broke barriers to get into the place. You knew it was going to happen. Buy tickets, you did not buy tickets. Because if I not buy tickets for a show, what am I going to do around that place?
That's their plan now. That was always the plan. You know how these people operate.
Why are you people doing like this? Stop behaving like villagers. But anyway, it is what it is, and I think that it was such a fantastic showing at the end of the day. Shout out to Davido. I think what is left now is
Lagos leg of the
show. I'm guessing it's going to be a fantastic one. It is Lagos.
Davido has actually been doing that. There was a time he did a part of the TBS and all of that, and it was real well attended. But for him to have gone to different parts of Nigeria at this time, that's a big deal. And basically, we're bringing back the culture of concerts, not all those club performances and all of that. We're talking about people actually packing stadiums. Shout out to him, man.
It is beautiful. I'm talking about packing venues. I think over the weekend as well, Ashake is now, I can't remember exactly where the show was, but he had a very fantastic show as well.
The concert, the digital symphony thing that he did. And the man has cut his hair again. I'm just like,
and we're in the suit era now.
I think he is indeed an enigma.
But that just reminds me of a bit of it kind of cuts a cloth from someone like an Olamide as well. Olamide comes out with different funny looks and all from time to time and all that. So I like, it's not out of place that you see some of those things happen. Anyway, finally, before we go, sadly, there was 5.8 magnitude earthquake of Japan's Iwate province. It was such a sad one in Slovakia. Dozens of passengers got injured as trains actually collided.
Yeah, that's really sad. Again, those things are supposed to be rare occurrences, because of the way the rail lines are well worked out, the switching and everything. But they said it was a very bad one. And I know I saw on your list also a talk of some drug kingpin being arrested by the NDLEA.
Oh yes,
at
the
Lagos Airport.
The Lagos Airport. Yes, that also happened over the weekend.
Sorry,
missed that.
Amazing.
But yes, it's NDLEA. That happens a lot. I hope that they do a lot more work to clear up a lot of drugs in our society overall. But anyway, on that note, that is all we have taken today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the Bomba. Do have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. Oh, so sorry, before we go, Peter Man the Great says, so Liverpool now wants Osimhen. I didn't hear about that. It was bad.
You people are bringing this Osimhen matter up.
Oh, now you people are saying that everybody needs him, yeah?
I almost lost everything because of you people and your not believing in Osimhen the way I did.
He said Isakaba the fumble. Oh my God. I'm going. Well, let's be good. God. You people have bad mouth.